Power BI versus Tableau versus Looker, which BI tool is right for your business? Hey, welcome. In this video, we're breaking down Power BI versus Tableau versus Looker, which BI tool is right for your business. Let's get into it. Let's talk about Power BI versus Tableau versus Looker, a direct comparison. The honest answer to which BI tool is best is that it depends on where your data already lives and who needs to use it. Power BI dominates when your organization runs Microsoft 365, Azure, and Dynamics 365. Tableau leads on visual exploration depth. Looker wins for companies fully invested in a cloud data warehouse with a strong data engineering team. Power BI is the most cost-effective for Microsoft companies, with Pro licenses bundled into many Microsoft 365 E5 plans and a per-user price well below Tableau creator seats. Tableau carries premium pricing aimed at dedicated analysts. Looker uses a platform plus viewer model that gets expensive as headcount grows but centralizes logic. Integration is where most projects stall. Power BI connects natively to Azure SQL, Synapse, Dynamics 365, and Dataverse with minimal friction, which is why our Power BI dashboard development process leans on those connectors. Tableau supports a wide range of sources but needs more configuration for Microsoft systems. Looker assumes your data is already modeled inside a warehouse like BigQuery or Snowflake. Next up, now, why Power BI wins for Microsoft Stack businesses. Power BI versus Tableau for Microsoft companies usually resolves in Power BI's favor for one reason: it is part of the same platform your teams already use. When reporting lives next to your apps, automations, and data, you reduce both cost and the integration tax that drains BI budgets. Power BI is one of 4 pillars in the Microsoft Power Platform, alongside Power Apps, Power Automate, and Power Pages. Treating it as a standalone tool wastes its biggest advantage. A mature Power Platform development company connects dashboards to the apps that generate the data, so a logistics manager sees a shipment KPI and clicks straight into a model-driven app to act on it. This is where Power Automate Consulting and Power BI Dashboard Development reinforce each other. With Dataverse Consulting, your Power Apps, Power Automate flows, and Power BI reports all read from the same governed table structure. That shared layer is what prevents the data silos that plague multi-tool environments. Our work on custom Power Apps development use cases consistently shows that a single Dataverse backbone cuts reconciliation work dramatically. Now, what is Power Platform Governance and why it matters for BI? Power Platform Governance is the set of policies, environments, and approval workflows that control how citizen developers build apps, flows, and reports without creating security or compliance gaps. Governance prevents shadow IT through DLP policies, environment strategies, and approval workflows. Without it, a BI rollout becomes hundreds of ungoverned dashboards pulling sensitive data into personal workspaces. Shadow IT happens when business users build solutions outside IT's visibility. To prevent shadow IT Power Platform sprawl, you need data loss prevention policies that classify connectors, default environments locked down for experimentation, and a clear promotion path to production. We cover the full approach in Shadow IT is eating your Power Platform, and the same discipline applies directly to BI report sharing. DLP policies group connectors into business, non-business, and blocked categories so a flow cannot, for example, push patient data to a public service. For regulated industries, this is non-negotiable. The Microsoft Power Platform documentation details the connector classification model, and our practical guide on DLP policies and what to lock down translates it into a working rule set. Now, moving on to what is a Power Platform Center of Excellence. A Power Platform Center of Excellence is a central team and toolset that standardizes governance, monitors usage, and supports makers across the organization. Q Services implements Power Platform Center of Excellence using Microsoft's COE toolkit, which inventories every app, flow, and connection automatically. The Power Platform Center of Excellence toolkit gives admins a real-time inventory of makers, orphan apps, and risky DLP exceptions. It is the difference between guessing at your environment and seeing it. Our team documents the full build in Power Platform Center of Excellence, how to build and run one in 5 phases. For banking and healthcare clients, Power Platform Governance is not overhead, it is what makes the platform usable at all. A COE provides the audit trails, role-based access, and approval workflows that auditors expect. Microsoft's Power Platform adoption guidance frames this as a maturity journey rather than a one-time setup. Let's talk about what can you build with Power Apps alongside your BI layer. Dashboards tell you what happened. Apps let you act on it. Pairing Power Apps development services with Power BI closes the loop between insight and action, which is where most reporting projects fall short. The Power Apps canvas versus model-driven decision shapes your whole solution. Canvas apps give pixel-level control for task-focused mobile experiences. Model-driven apps generate structured interfaces directly from your dataverse schema, ideal for complex, data-heavy processes. A quick rule: choose Canvas for tailored field tools, model-driven for record-centric back-office systems. We built a leave management tool in 3 days, documented in how we built a leave management app in Power Apps. The same speed applies to inventory check-in apps for logistics or intake forms for healthcare, all feeding the same governed data your Power BI reports read from. Let's talk about now, how much does Power Platform development cost? Power Platform development cost depends on licensing, the number of apps and flows, governance setup, and whether you need Power Pages development for external portals. A focused Power BI deployment with governance can start in the low 5 figures, while an enterprise rollout with a COE, custom apps, and ALM runs higher. 3 factors move the number most: data complexity, the maturity of your Power Platform governance, and integration scope. A clean Azure SQL source with existing dataverse tables costs far less than untangling legacy data. We break down comparable budgeting logic in our Enterprise Application Development Guide. The biggest savings come from not rebuilding. Engaging Power by consulting services early prevents duplicate datasets, ungoverned sprawl, and the rework that follows a DIY rollout. Done right, consolidating onto Power BI inside the Microsoft stack typically cuts reporting tool spend compared with running parallel Tableau or Looker estates. Let's talk about conclusion. Power BI versus Tableau versus Looker is rarely a tie. For Microsoft stack businesses in regulated and operations-heavy industries, Power BI usually wins on cost, integration, and governance, especially when paired with the wider Power Platform. Tableau still leads for deep visual exploration and Looker for warehouse-native teams, so the right choice depends on your data, your people, and your compliance needs. The teams that get the most value treat BI as part of a governed platform, not a standalone tool, and lean on Power by consulting services to set up governance, environments, and dataverse correctly from day one. If you want help choosing and deploying the right BI tool with governance built in, talk to our Power Platform team about a scoped assessment.